Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness. By giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees, that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of a president. They all shine, irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the 248th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice, here on Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Crammond, and I'll be host today, along with Mark as co-host. And I believe we're ready to bring on the members of the Universal Council who will be participating in today's and presenting today's workshop. So without further ado, let me get that set up. And away we go.
Hello, hello, my dear beautiful souls. Rick, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Rick?
perfectly.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you so much. Hello, beautiful souls, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Suswagatam to the beauty and totality, to the beautiful energy, to the very, very beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy, beauty and totality of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome to the beautiful energy of knowledge seekers, truth seekers. Welcome to the beautiful energy of all souls, all universal souls. Thank you for being present. And I welcome you again, my dear one, from my heart and soul. And I will say, as the mechanism of plasma, or we can say the universal creators, unified field and related mechanisms are really energy systems, works on energy and give energy. So it is that is the truth, and that is that when there is a point of need, the energy is there and the interaction will be in the most peaceful and beautiful way. So the need is very necessary also. And what is and then what is it? The whole cosmos, in a way, became this womb of a mother, and we are like becoming child. We know how a child comes in the womb, but the most mature soul ever, when it is in the womb, it is taking what is needed, and the mother is giving what it's needed. Same, like the energy interaction, without talking, without explaining, without, it is natural, it is happening. So in a way, we have to be mature enough to be a child, to be in the womb, to take what is needed. So this is the time of transition, a real hardship, because growing up, we have done this material, deep material, intense material environment, but still the knowledge is ours, from inside, and it is growing as we are communicating with each other, and we know ultimately we are soulfully connected. From it was always there, just we got disconnected, so in some way we all. And growing up is an evolution of this connecting the soul, understanding the soul, and we will talk about it in a later presentation also. Thank you. And here I will say about the Creator, who has created all of us in his image. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all are as creators as they are created in the image of the Creator. So beautiful. This is, your heart fills with so much joy. Never happened before. So this is the way, this is the oneness. This is the one nation. This is the one planet. This is the cosmos and universal with form. When we say justify, then we justify that how much love is now necessary to balance. What is love? Where is it? Where was it? We are in this love always. Just we have to open the door. That is it. So thank you for listening to me. Rick, salam, namaste, salute, my dear beautiful souls. Here I call my dear Moshfik to read the 3 wishes for today or the moment. Beautiful wishes. Moshfik, dear Moshfik, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, here's the first wish. We, the Universal Council, give through our soul for achieving the needed number of participants for the Keshe Plasma Flight Enhancement Testing and Exhibition in Linz, Austria. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We are present. There's another wish.
Here is the second one. We, the Universal, give through our soul for people from all over the world visiting the Keshe Foundation Exhibition Center in Linz. We are present.
We are present. There's another wish. So much wishes.
Okay, here is the third of the 3 wishes. We, the Universal Council, wish that all people understand the totality of the knowledge of the Creator. We are present.
We are present. We are present. Thank you. Thank you, my dear Moshfik. So these are the wishes, my dear one, and it is done in a way. And yes, in the realm of dimensions of the Creator, everything is on. It is done when we say it. So even not saying, when we wish, there's an intention that was from eons. And Rick, can we salam, namaste, salute? Yes, yeah. This is the moment of silence, my dear beautiful souls, for 5 minutes for the elevation of the souls of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the souls of the IAEA, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the soul of humanity, the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth. As this is, and in this way, with the elevation of soul, we create peace. So, thank you for being here. And the elevation, the moment of silence starts from now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, so much for being present and in this moment of silence for the elevation of all souls that exist in all love. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. Can we go to the next slide? Yes. Hello, Jaco. Hello, my dear Jaco.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Hello, Shweta.
hello, my dear. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello, dear souls, in, on, and beyond Earth. This is Jacco, UC member, Dutch in the Netherlands language. I share this picture with you, and it shows a cluster of stars. They're shining according to their field strength. We see the center and the rotating fields around it. We see the colors, the positions, and how it balances. We are such a cluster inside ourselves, with all the cells, the souls that make our body as it is. Also, as souls of the man, we build a cluster and position on the surface of Mother Earth in our reality dimension. It's time to start understanding our position in the domain of the creation of the Creator. Next slide, please. This picture I took last September in Colmar, France. It is a house in a region where lots of vineyards and wonderful old houses are. And on this plate is called Domain Schöpfer, which means the domain of the Creator. What we as souls are going through is like coming home to the domain of the Creator. What is waiting us there in this home of the Creator? Please remember when you were a child at young age. Maybe you remember how it was to have times, short times, that we could leave our body. This daydreaming, this feeling free, pure freedom. Back then, I was not aware how important these experiences were. What truth is in that feeling, in that moment. Today, we go back to these moments, we expand our souls, connect and share. Next slide, please. In Liebe schöpfen is written on this picture. It's meant to create in love. Are we aware of what we are doing all day? Are we creating in love always? If we see this wonderful tree, the sun is shining through the tree branches. Those structures made by nature, made by the Creator. Can you feel the love of the Creator in this picture? Many of us are impatient. Many of us focus on what's going wrong in this time on this planet. Please understand that mankind needs a reason to change its track. From itself, probably it would never change. If we look back thousands of years, we had the chance and we missed it. Several times the knowledge Mr. Keshe is teaching us was delivered on Earth before. What did we do with it? We kept it for ourselves. We didn't share. Next slide, please. iOS, what does that mean? Normally, it is a shortcut of an I/O system, also called an operating system. Every computer needs it to run. And what does the operating system do? It connects all the inputs, connectors, signals, protocols, and it is calculated on a chip in a certain frequency. We could almost say like a certain heartbeat. And it gives out on the outputs, for example, print data or video signals or steering signals to other devices. It's time that we start to understand that we are this operating system. I just call it, instead of internal operating system, interaction of souls. Our interaction of souls is making a platform for all souls to connect. I open my soul for you. Please interconnect your soul to mine for the benefit of all. Next slide, please. Now, this is a picture of a famous Brazilian football player. You know, soon there will be World Championship games in football. Teams are playing against each other to win the game. Now imagine both teams praying to the same creator, honest and intense. Which one should he support? It's so important to understand what we ask and how we ask. Do we ask it for ourselves, direct or indirect? Or do we ask it for the benefit of all? Is it maybe our ego? Or asking under the cover of a blanket? Don't judge. Don't expect. Do it freely, unconditionally from your soul. I thank you all. Thank we as one.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So beautiful presentation. Thank you so much, my dear. All the love always. And as beautifully you describe how the soul communicates and interacts when one soul opens the communication with the other soul. And this is the way we can communicate in this level of understanding. And in this interconnection, the benefit of all is there. And this is beautiful, Jaco. Thank you, my dear.
iOS, interaction of soul.
Yes, interaction of soul. When you are saying that open the communication, it was like opened immediately. But you know, Jaco, this is the beauty of it. This is, we have to understand that the feeling of being with you or with all of us always, it's like, you know, when we communicate with the soul, we understand each other more, because this is, as you say, the oneness creates this. The oneness of love creates this energy, you know, that we have the same blood, we have the same two hands, we have two legs, we have two eyes. We understand what is going on and we can communicate easily. But even there is no need of any cell phone or like that. So thank you. This is the way this time this level is happening. So if any beautiful soul wants to share anything with Jaco or everybody, or have any question to ask Jaco, please do. Welcome. Welcome, my dear.
It feels like oneness in the creation. And on the soul level, this is really beautiful.
Yes, of course, Jaco. This is beautiful. This is very needed. This moment of time of humanity as a cycle. And this elevation is very much needed. And this oneness, that was thousands of years ago also. And this evolutionary, the evolution of the understanding, level of understanding, I will say, to understand that the soul was working always. We have seen the like you know, felt this feels like when there's a full of we are kind and became humble suddenly. We fell in love suddenly. We do the right thing suddenly. But that was the fields working always to us to get learned, you know, and thousands of have learned through this process, like growing up and then coming into humbly became humble and enough to ask the soul, that to tell the soul that we trust you so much and we are in love with you, and that will be always like that. So thank you, Jaco. And this is yes, welcome. Anyone have any question or to Jaco? Thank you.
Salamia has a hand up, so go ahead, Salamia.
Hi, Rick. Hi, everybody. I was amazed when I was listening to Jacob that he started to talk about the love and the tree of life, which is the way, the connection between us and the Creator, and we feel the love of the Creator. And before opening our Zoom, I just finished a poetry about this. I didn't enter before finishing it. And maybe on the same time, I was thinking like Jacob about this connection, this tree of life, as Mr. Keshe informed us, that he's a connection between plasma reality and physicality reality. All we are interconnected already by this tree of life, by this tree of life, which has seeds of life and flowers of lives. There are only symbols, but these symbols make us to understand that the reality is a totality, as we know. If we are aware of not, we are interconnected. And if we are present, it is much better because we can create the beauty, we can create by eating from this tree of life, eating this love, absorbing the love, feeding our soul with unconditional love from this tree of life. I was so happy to hear, Jacob. It's amazing. Thank you very much. I hope that unconditional love will create right now sustainable peace on this earth with the help of your beautiful soul, Universal Council. Thank you very much. I love you so much. And God bless all of us.
Thank you, Salomia. You know, last week it went through my mind. You're not the only one. We all become peace. Because if we understand the connection, and as you said, that the love is the connector to everything, then we become peace. Because there will be no reason for the soul not to be in peace. And that's the beauty of everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I am so happy because I am with you here. For this reason, I come here to contribute with my soul, together with your soul, to the elevation of the soul of humanity. This is my wish, my deepest wish. And I can feel the purity of your love, and I can feel the peace of your souls, beautiful souls.
I can only give it back. Thank you very much. To all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Salomia. We are all Salomia, indeed. Thank you, Jaco. We all love you too, Salomia. And thank you. Anybody else want to share anything? Any beautiful souls? There are so many things to say as the soul communication is going on. An experience or something like that.
Sweta, hi, it's Dean here. May I say a few words?
Oh, yes. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Jaco, thank you for that beautiful presentation and those words of connection with everything. Very poignant and very precise. And it's a bit like the picture that we see in front of us with this Brazilian football player. When we, as Mr. Keshe has said many times, we have two football teams playing against each other, and we have this to and fro. And if you actually don't commit your intentions to either side, you just watch the flow and ebb of the game and enjoy the beauty of the game. However, the outcome is unimportant. It's only if you put an intention into it that it becomes important. The beauty of the game is what matters. And this soul that is looking outwards to another position, the control of the love and the beauty of the game is directly connected to this little sphere that they kick around the pitch. And that little sphere of influence, that ball, is directly influenced by their own intentions and actions in the precise moment. So footballers become very, very good at interacting in split-second interactions, foot-to-eye coordination, and their intentions become very apparent and very directed towards a certain goal. The love that the teams have for the game is what makes the game beautiful and what makes it watchable by many, many around the world who would like to participate and be like their heroes. When all the teams connect as one and enjoy the moment, they're all heroes, and they all are deeply connected to the beauty of the soul. The soul actually places that particular moment, that field strength, that goal, the intention of the pass, or the direction of the ball that is given from one of the teammates to another, is all a field interaction that is intensified by the interaction of the soul. And when they allow that to become part of them, they will come to understand that they control the very aspect that this player is looking up to. It's within them, and it's them, it's the very aspect of themselves that is dictating the field strength and the position of the ball in this very moment. And when all those intentions of all the teams come together as one, then the real beauty shines through, exactly what you were speaking about earlier on. So in this very moment, when all the souls in the stadium are watching this one soul, the field strength gathers and gives this soul a lot of elevation. And if this soul's intentions are pure and beautiful, that elevation can be returned, that feedback loop. So it's a beautiful understanding that can be seen through a very simple picture with a player with a golden shirt on and a number 4 on his back. This is like a universal message. This is like the star formation. And this is like the soul of the man that shines very brightly with inside the shirt that we see on the pitch. A golden star, a golden sphere that is part of the bigger totality. So thank you, all of you. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Sweta.
Thank you so much, my dear. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you so much for your beautiful words, kind words. So much. That as you are saying, these are, as Elizabeth said, that the significance of the elevation of souls. And when we, as Jaco said, the tree of life, to be a being like a tree, this is the most truthful understanding how the soul communicates. When a branch decays, other branches, other leaves take the responsibility of that particular soul, and they equally give the soul of that branch that decayed, the fruit, the love, the breathing it's needed. So it is always in communication, and it grows like that, you know, the fruit for all, the love for all, the grain is for all, like that. So in a way, the significance, as we when we remember our childhood, how we get grown up, how the soul elevated in a way, and the moment of significance, and I will say many moments of significance was there, how the soul elevated. This is so simple that you don't have to, like we have told in our way, that you have to sit in a meditation position, and then only you have to you will understand the divine. But there is no such thing. This is the truthful, the true you, the nature you are. You have to understand the beauty and totality from within. Then only we can communicate with each other. And this communication was happening, even we are unaware of that. That is the beauty of the universal creator. It was always in the position that it will balance, it try to balance us. And somehow those who received, even from the childhood, even from the womb of the mother, they came in this balanced position, kind of attaining this balanced position, or creating the balanced position with each other, within and without. So I will call my dear Diane, beautiful soul, Universal Council, to share your experience of the elevation of soul according to you. Hello, my dear Diane. Oh, hello. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you, Shweta. Hello, everybody. Blessings, brothers and sisters. I've just been stuck on like we're supposed to be concentrating on the fields because the fields create, and like I'm thinking thoughts and feelings are like two fields, and if there's the right potential difference they create. Am I on the right track? That's where I'm at, and I got many questions, and of course, everything's stopping now, and I'll let you guys talk. That's just what I'm having trouble with understanding. Thank you.
Thank you. It's okay, my dear Diane. You know, when this is also a learning process, everything is a learning process in a way that when the soul elevates, or when we, as a person, when I was growing up, I thought I was a very, very revolutionary kind of a person, and everything is revolution, you know. But actually, the soul was elevating in a way, and this is the significance of that. Maybe there was anger, maybe there was frustration, maybe there was so much love at moments, but we are surrounded with so much condition that the love that was happening was less understood by everybody, even all of us. So now when we have grown up and we have in this path of peace, now we are able to understand that how the balance was created. That was a chaos indeed, that was hurting indeed, that was pain indeed, but these are no more. So this we can understand the level in all the levels, you know. And if we communicate, you know, when somebody says, oh, I am in need, you know, even this is our responsibility to give, to serve, whether he is a thief, whether he is a criminal, murderer, whoever coming. It is our duty, our responsibility to serve. But how? We are serving. We are serving the love. We are serving the kindness. We are serving in compassion to all, that we are all equal. But then, are you kind enough? Have you opened the door of love from your heart and soul? Are you open? Or this kind of thing, you know, giving, even the enhancement unit doesn't emit cosmic rays like this. It interacts with you, with all of us, so that it can create this position of balance. And then you can get a position. All of us can get a position. As Jacko said, that there is a position that we have to be in, you know. It can be anywhere, somewhere, or where you are, where we all are. So the communication of souls begins when this fields of ethos of the universal creator, or the conduct of the ethos, according as the ethos, the morale, the compassion, truthfulness, soulfulness, whatever you can say, works, you know, comes in action. Then only this interaction takes place. Otherwise, interaction is always there, but this is not understandable in the universal unified field. That is it. And when there is no understandable, then the matter doesn't matter to that unified field anymore. So here, then many souls came and go, but they even maybe thousands of years we came, and we didn't understand what actually we are, what we wanted. So here, the soul elevates in a way that in this realm that we are, or we can say the illusion, in a way. And what is the illusion? What we understand is to be in a clear clarity, you know, what they have, what the social realm has pushed us. That is not the way we think anymore. We think the truthful way. The truthful way. There's if you are kind, be kind. If you are humble, be humble. If you are at service, be at service. Receive the love. So the soul works in this way. We can say how the when I was growing up also, like that when we have the soul, we know about it, but we don't understand it, and everything was divine, miracle and like that, boom, everything is coming and everything will be okay. But it was never happened because we didn't communicate, we didn't trust the soul, the ethos, we disobeyed kind of thing. But then when we understood, the kindness came full of hearts, the kindness came, the love came with full of hearts. How can it be possible in this way? Nobody taught us like that. So this is the overwhelming, overwhelming feeling of getting hugged, or give a hug, or do something, or be kind. How can, this is the work the soul works, this is the way the soul works. And you don't have to analyze about it, just understand the learning process we have. So yes.
So a trip like with the enhancement unit, will that'll make my connection or our connection to the soul stronger, so it'll help us balance those out, those thoughts and feelings, to get to the right place?
Yes, of course, Diane. As you are in need, you are a truthful person, you are a soulful person, and you are in need. You have left. Yeah,
I'm seeking, and thank you for all your help.
Yes,
I've got lots of questions, but
enhancer will in love with you, Diane. The enhancer will be in love with you, and this is the love we will understand that, because no matter how, the matter doesn't matter to you anymore. This is the beauty when you go to the enhancement unit, and the enhancer understands you. The soul is trying to communicate, and the universal soul understands that. Many eons ago, it is doing all the things always. So Diane, it is a great help for you, and I wish for you to go in the enhancement unit and the flying system, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Blessings.
So yeah. Yes, Diane. Okay, so these, we can explain how the soul works. This is the way the science of the soul works. We can give a little, we understand, and we sometimes we say about this, like how the soul works. It is understandable. It is not a magic or divine thing. This is always. It is natural, as beautiful teacher Jalal said. This is so natural. We didn't understand that like that, So anybody else want to share anything? Beautiful souls, welcome.
Shweta, may I say something again? I'm just still looking at the image that is on the screen.
Welcome.
And it just reminds me how influential the souls can be. So this soul can unite a nation just with a single intention and action, and then maybe the words afterwards, that will give to a nation a trophy or an object that they associate with empowering them and bringing all the souls together and having a joyous, wonderful time. And so this intention can be set from a very young age, where this footballer, this player, can dedicate his life to the game, to the game of we say in English we would say football. Okay, so to this wonderful game. However, that intention set in that very moment when it's a child, it sees another being, another soul doing something, creates an emotion that interacts and brings about a field interaction that says, I would like to do this. I would like to create in this way. And then that grows and intensifies, and then it's brought forward, and that intention then becomes part of the structure. And as I said earlier, that then grows into this player that we see on the pitch, being able to convey a message to a whole nation. Not all the nation likes football. However, when you come to the World Cup, Most of the nation starts to celebrate if they win this very prestigious trophy that says we are the best in the world. We have reached a certain pinnacle by attaining this trophy. The real trophy is the first intention that connected to the aspect of the human soul, to the soul, that grew into a condition, into an aspiration to give to others. So first of all, this young child may be wanting to receive the knowledge, wanting to receive the mastery of being able to control a ball. And then by mastering this condition, it brings forward another condition and an opening up of the plasma for this player to then express themselves. And as I said, it can lead all the way through, keep gathering momentum until it comes to a position where this player and part of a team can hold this golden ball in their hands that says, we are the best. As we all know, each and every soul is the best of the best, is they're all none higher, none lower. This is just another aspect of being present in our physical bodies on the planet. However, it does connect the souls. It does bring about a beauty that brings about a field strength that gives from one to another and can, as I said, unite a whole nation. So if we take that football game in that one sphere and we take it out of the stadium and we make the stadium the planet Earth, and then we make the universe, let's say, part of the bigger team. And then if we expand that team out and keep going, and then we come to another position where we have a certain very creative individual or part of the totality that controls and, in fact, doesn't control, allows and gives to this one soul here everything it can possibly give for this particular soul to receive the love and attention that it needs and requires in this moment to bring about an elevation of the soul. So from a very small position of a very little thought, it always leads back to one position, which is the creator. Thank you, Sweta.
Thank you so much, my dear team. Thank you. Beautiful game, football. We all love football. So this ball is so creative, you know, and you can understand the volume around it, the volume of this ball connecting all nations, and in a way, in the oneness, you know, the happiness, the joy, the full of love, like, you know, I mean, the joy out of comprehension. We can see that the players from Brazil playing in Russia, and the Russian peoples are overwhelmed, full of love, and the another team is playing another nation, and they are loved by the people of the nation. And we can see the interaction of the whole world when the World Cup has played, and maybe the trophy, maybe the victory, but then all the process to the football playing in the World Cup has been through, the people, the persons had been through, was outstanding. You know, you can feel when I see the football playing, whenever I can feel the oneness, you know, the whole volume of the nations in the one form, only the playing. There is no need of any language, there's no need of any even there is no need of any cultural interaction, but there is a need of this joy to understand each other. So this is beautiful, my dear Dean. And we can understand how souls communicate with this game also, you know, whatever the authorities was doing anyway, but then all souls communicate when the game starts, you know, when the ball starts revolving, kind of that. Everything comes in action, the joy, the beauty, everything. So anybody else want to share anything? So many souls. Anybody else want to share?
Yes, Ruta, I would like to share something. I don't know if you can hear me.
Welcome, my dear. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. This is Stefania from representing the Italian language for the Universal Council. I definitely was really good with what you all said. And I was thinking as well, like, definitely like Mr. Keshe said many times, be good, do good, and think good. So somehow we have to keep the three in line together. Like you cannot just wish and not do and not think, or you cannot just do, so everything has to be done. I think that is the challenge that I personally found. It's that dreaming too much is not good. Like I don't believe that just sitting on the chair and wishing and visualizing this does the job, because that will be dreaming too much. We have to put the work into as well. So we have to do as well. So every day we have to do what we can. Big or small, doesn't matter, but each one of us every day, it's facing choices, and that is our opportunity to do good, think good, act good. Obviously, we use this platform of today to gathering together. So now the Keshe Foundation grew exponentially since it started. It really did. Because I remember Mr. Keshe before the Keshe Foundation started, and he was only one man. And he always worked really hard from the first day I met him. One man only, really, believing what he was doing, and also working really hard at it every single day, no day off. Because when the things are good, you don't take day off. It's every single day, like the sun rising every single day, the moon is in the sky every single day. All the good stuff are going on every single day. So, you can see from Mr. Keshe, so one man only, and then working really hard, studying really hard, believing what he was doing, kept at it constantly, like he had persistent. He never gave up, always kept going. No matter the problems he was facing, he just kept going. And then more people start to understand his teaching. And then more people start to, like a ripple effect, it started to be very contagious. So as he was working really hard for something that we all share, we all want peace, we all want perfect, the dream become reality, living a dream, we all don't want struggle, we all want, life with no wars, no pain, food, we want to reduce all our needs, because each one of us has got his own needs to cover every day. So one man working on his own, then slowly, like ripple effect, people around him start to support him, and also those people working really, really hard, like Rick, and many of us. So keep going every day. And then another ripple effect until we are where we are today. We're big, we're worldwide foundation in really little time, really, if you think about it. Because if I met Mr. Keshe in 2008 and he was on his own, obviously he had people working with him, he was not on his own, but since it became public, it's not that much time, and consider how big we become. So the platform of today, it's a chance for us to really connect and learn from each other. And obviously, each one of us will do what they can at the soul level, keep the all going at the soul level. So at the soul level, we communicate, we connect, we fix a date. For who doesn't know, every day, 9 p.m., we all connect at the soul level to elevate the leaders or to elevate anyone in need. And this is the soul level. So it's something that we're learning at the moment. It's something that everyone can do, and it's very powerful. But I don't think just soul level, by doing anything, it will. And so we have to also every day be consistent and do something that take us closer to this goal. So each one of us will do what they can. So some people donate, some because they can donate. Other people they teach. So we got a lot of people teaching every week in different group languages, and then we have people who learning how to use plasma and how to integrate plasma technology into their fields. Like, for example, now we can see that we have painters, they painting with the plasma, they're learning how to use the plasma and add it to the painting and see what they can add to the environment for the same goal. And others, pottery, and each one of us, I'm sure if you learn how to make cup 1, cup 2, or how to make plasma, I'm sure you introduce this into your life. People can be even just for personal use. So if you're not well now, you know how to recover quicker because of plasma. If you got a dog or animal that it needs some support, because they have a issue. We have so many testimonials now that works on animal, works very well on plants. So everyone who is gardener using in their gardens, agronomists. Now we do the wine. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to buy this wine. This wine made with plasma. When I have a little bit, when I can afford it, I will definitely buy some wine, plasma wine, for my friends. And so everyone, using plasma in any possible ways, even to, wash the floor, or wash the house with it. Some people plasmatize the house. Other people, like we saw the Italian group last week, a lot of people, it's not just good to produce plasma and keep it in the house. So many of us, they will make plasma and just throw in the rivers and even flush down the toilet and sink. Everything helps to give support to the environment and to go towards that goal, that wish that we have. So the things that we have in common, that we all wish for world peace. That's why it's very important as well. Most of us, all of us, should have by now signed the peace treaty. So because this is one of the things that the Keshe Foundation asks, if you start to dealing with plasma, your soul is committed to peace. This is very important. You sign the peace treaty. So we got many ways to go towards this goal. And this platform of today, it's one of this way where we can learn from each other. So our goal, from my understanding, is also to cover everyone's needs. So there are some people like Mushfaq, you know, he had a very simple way to apply plasma technology in the car. Oh, Jaco, he's been successful with that. So a lot of people saving petrol. Now it's essential because they went really high in most part of Europe. Same for the heating and food. Now we can do with plasma. We can make guns, food of guns for food. So I was actually speaking with my friend the other day. He got really expensive herbs because he's got a problem with his hip, and they have to buy these really expensive herbs. And now I said to him, why don't learn how to make plasma so you can copy the fields of these expensive plants that you cannot afford it, and you have a problem that you have to use those plants to because the only things apparently helping him. So we have so many tools now that we can use. Obviously, the bottom line, it's the understanding the fields, how the fields works. And the bottom line, we know that the fields are the strongest, you know, the strongest way, the fastest way for us to achieve anything. You know, in extreme, we will learn how to materialize stuff, you know, but obviously we have to keep everything going all together, everything we can, and to kind of make this shift. Even those for each one of us, we all having problems. Problems come every day. Every day will have, each one of us will have big, small problems. It's where we also have to grow from within and see this problem as opportunity to pass level. So in the bigger picture, the problem of no fertilizer, then we got big opportunity to introduce plasma as a substitute of the fertilizer of today, because the plasma fertilizer is nourish the earth and it doesn't pollute. So in the same in your life, you will have certain problems that you can use as a tool to turn into strength, so you to pass on levels. There are certain things you can do for your own self, and others you need a cooperation or collaboration of everyone to get more bigger goals. But I think the important things is that we have to keep going. Has Mr. Keshe, for me, it's been a good example. All of us, you know, in our big and small, and because we are big, we're growing, we're big numbers. There always gonna be like maybe we don't something. You know, because we grow even fast, we're not perfect. So we always need to. This is where we need to be kind with each others, learn how to working in big numbers. Because to me, the challenge is, for example, for me, the challenge is like this Tuesday, where we meet up every Tuesday, and we're in a big number. But how can we spend this time to improve ourselves and make us stronger and better, so we can help more each others? So to me, it's always the question of Tuesday. How can we make it more effective. At the soul level, we are good. We making wishes, and we talk about it. But also, would be nice to cover all the aspects. That's why I really hope that many of us will start to not always listen to the same voices, but all of us start to be more participant in such a way that we can learn from each other's more and more in any level. Yeah, so this is my wish.
Interaction of souls. I think that is the answer that you just questioned. If we interact with each other completely as a group, then we can start working, giving, sharing on the soul level. And I think that's why it's so important.
Yeah, more active, because, for example, if I speak about the Italian group, I'm not going to speak bad about them. It was a joke. But yeah, so I see a lot of people in the chat. We got a very big chat of people learning. So everyone is in the chat and learning. It's very busy. They want. You can see many people really hungry on try to understand how this plasma works and what it's all about. And then we have one teacher teaching once a week. Obviously, he's also overloaded. So you can see you have a lot of people want to learn, but you don't have many people want to give their knowledge or their support to support the Italian language. Or an example, I've got many people who wants to understand from English to Italian. Everyone wants. We got really high demand in Italian translator, but then when we need to translate, so we have only one translator that can translate live. Sometimes others, occasionally, no. So when Mr. Keshe teaching on Thursday, we have everyone come to Thursday and listen Mr. Keshe teaching on Thursday. But then when things maybe there are maybe too slow in the foundation, because there are very little people who are doing. People are very fast to complain. Why I have to wait so long for this? Why I have to wait so long for? Can be anything. Even can be for the application to the Universal Council, or can be the application to or any product. You know, so I see that we are not quite there yet on the point where, you know, we like a nice life. We wish a great future, and yes, we like to learn a lot. But I don't see we are ready on cooperate together. Obviously, I know that here there are lots of people working a lot, even more than they should, overworking. But again, even this overworking for those people is because as a collective, we didn't reach that cooperation needed. Because otherwise we will not be in need of more translator, or we will not be in need of more, because we will be all collectively. So I don't think we are in that type of mind yet of collectively working together at the physical level. Maybe at the soul level we are getting there, maybe, where we understood the power of the fields and the power of what the soul can do, and maybe gradually we will get there at the physical level. But the situation where we are, it shows where we're at it. So that's why I see, for me, I talk even by myself, obviously, me the first, where it's very hard to match the thoughts or the wish to the doing. I'm in a situation where definitely I had to improve my my work on within. So I have to, every day I work, try not to be lazy, or we all want to stay in bed longer, or do what we like easily. But when there is something to do that we have to commit, not just for us, for the goods of all, we can become a little bit lazy. So my work at the moment is within, and try to go over this lazy mind, and trying to push myself more to be able to concretely help. Because another things I experience, this I speak for personal experience, when you want to do good and you are not there physically because you didn't work at it, you make more mess. You think you're helping, but you're making more mess. And when you are not ready and you want to help, you make more mess for others and for yourself. And it was better off not helping. So even to be at serve, it needs some doing of be able to not always be too lazy with yourself, and wake up in the morning and work at it to be able to do every day better than yesterday. So I think this is very important things that I'm learning for myself, but I'm sure I'm the only one, where it really starts with cash. So people around you, they acknowledge what you're doing, not because you're just talking and just move your mouth all day, but because behind the talking there is just doing. And people start to appreciate. People can see around them when people are there, not just for themselves, but also for others, and they're actively there every single day. And that is very, very powerful and ripple effect. So this is what I found. Just wanted to share this because it was like a reflection I had with myself, but I'm sure it would be useful to someone of you that is my same situation, where I discover that you cannot help, even if you wanted to, unless you have this working from within of helping yourself and others. So that means not being lazy and have this constant daily work. Yeah, they take something. Yeah. This for me, it's when Mr. Keshe said they will shine, the people, because they will shine because they will be the one that you don't have to say anything, they will just shine. Just this, I want to say this. Okay, thank you.
Dear Stefania, maybe it is a tip. We in the Dutch group normally take the teachings. Fried is translating, and then we discuss it together. So maybe that would also be something in the Italian group. If you're 4 or 5 people together, you can exchange, you can share what one knows and the other one knows to add. And then in total, it helps very much to discuss together what is taught on the Thursdays. So maybe that would be a possibility.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear Stefania, for sharing the beauty, your way of understanding and giving us this beautiful, beautiful kind, a kind of understanding that with this simplicity, with all the simplicity we have from inside, we can grow, grow more. And even when we don't see anything, like when a speeding train comes, it looks still, but it is outstanding speed. It looks still, and suddenly it comes at your face, like that. I have seen this because even when a plane is flying, sometimes you see the plane still like that in this stillness, but we can understand how fast it is. So the universal way of coming is that, and it has came. And yes, we have to be, as Stefania said, prepare yourself for the change. And this is what an active, person, I will say an active person will get in a condition that he takes the courage to take the responsibility. So in a physical way, in a soulful way also. And it goes on, the path is chosen by the person, by the being himself, or the being by themselves. So I will say, well, the understanding of the soul, then when you say that the conducts, these compassion, morale, truthfulness, these are words of assembled in a frequency of this matter state. But these are all in an emotional strength. And when you are present and you say, I am present, and it is understandable by the universal creator or the universal unified field. And this is according to our conduct also, when we are in that emotional strength, or otherwise, well, in a way, all the matter, in a way, is not understandable. But the manifestation is like, in a way, in an initiation position, but not fully understandable. So the understandable is the emotional strength of the I am present, the compassion, the love, and all that is love. So thank you for sharing, all beautiful souls. Thank you, Jaco. Thank you so much. So now we can go to the next slide, Marjorie. Here is the One City, One Center. If Stefania, you want to say some few words again.
What I said before, good enough for the
okay.
Now anyone can add anything to this slide if they wish.
Oh, yes, of course. Every beautiful soul is welcome to the One City, One Center. Welcome to, if you have to share or ask anything, as this is the platform of communication. And Tuesday is the oneness, every day is oneness, but you can communicate now. So welcome, my dear. Anybody wants to share? This is the One City, One Center, my dear beautiful souls. The oneness. Yes, anybody wants to share? Hello?
Well, I feel like I should say something about the
yes.
about being of service, this idea of that we are here
welcome,
to serve.
welcome.
to serve and not be served. And tying into what Stefania was saying about how it's difficult sometimes for us to, as humans, to get ourselves motivated and get behind some things in order to inspire others, or even just to get a group together, for example, can be a very difficult task. And to implement the plasma technology, the ideas and the ethos that we've learned, to be able to apply that on a daily basis. And usually as humans, our human emotions and our needs, what we think our needs are, at least our wants, tend to run our life, and we take care of ourselves and so on. And there's always so many things to do as humans to take care of ourselves and those we love and all the interactions and so on. But the one way that we can start to develop that life of plasma is to find a way to be of service, and to be of service not as a slave, as Mr. Keshe said, but to be of service to a higher ideal or higher entity, you could say. And that entity can be all of humanity, all of the soul of humanity, for example, or whatever it is that you can see for yourself as a place to be, a position where you can be of service, where you can be of assistance to others, or be of service in bringing the plasma technology knowledge into the world, or however it is you frame your way of being of service without being a slave. Well, what I'm getting to is there's ways of doing that, and 90% of the ability to get into a position where you are of service is, number one, to do it, but number two is to simply repeat, to simply show up. It's 90% of the work is just showing up so that you're there as a leader of the group, or at least start the Zoom session enough for others to participate in, and that kind of thing. For me personally, every time I broadcast, I have to go through my own personal, emotional thing and so on, and go through my own internal turmoil, in effect, to get myself, revved up for the workshop or whatever it is I happen to be interacting with online. And that's after a while you learn to sort of leap through your own personal stuff, get it out of the way, make yourself a tea or whatever it is you have to do to calm yourself down a bit, and say, there, now physicality has its tea, it can calm down, now I can focus on doing the work that's needed to make sure the workshop's going to happen, and so on. But 90% of all that work, like I say, is just showing up to do it. And it's not easy just to show up each time, because there's always stuff that gets in the way and considerations and so on. But if we make that way of service our priority, then those other personal things will tend to fall by the wayside. Let's say they'll take care of themselves more often than not, or you'll find a way to take care of them so they don't interfere with whatever session you're doing with your being of service work, whether it's giving from your soul to the world leaders or some other thing that you might be doing through the daytime, or maybe in the dream state as well. But if we learn to be of service, that's like a position. It's a post. You can find a position or a post in this work of being of service and presenting and allowing this plasma knowledge and technology and emotion to filter through the whole planet and maybe the whole universe, let's say. So we can all participate in that, but you have to find a position, a point in time that you can stake your claim and basically help in whatever way that you are able, and then go back to that position and do it again and be a beacon or a lighthouse, basically. From, you know, a beacon or a lighthouse always emits from a certain position. That's why the lighthouse is there, to let people know that that's the point, or the a certain position on the coastline. And you wouldn't want to be changing the position of that lighthouse, because if you change it every time, then people wouldn't know where to look for the lighthouse, in a way. So you can find a position in this work, and maybe as a translator, maybe as a running a translation team even, or there's hundreds or perhaps thousands or billions of other positions as well, including my own position. If somebody wants that, it's up for grabs anytime. I've said that actually for years, but I've yet to see anyone try to grab too hard for it. It is a lot of responsibility in some ways, but it's not undoable for anyone that puts their mind to it as well. So just wanted to say those words, and I guess that's it for now.
My dear Rick, I also, what you said is, you know, collecting our matter, you know, always, like when you know, when the time starts and we just overwhelm and go here and now I'm able to calm down, you know, because many times I go running through the house with the laptop or the phone, and the dogs are behind me, and I shout at them, and even the son and daughter talk to me at the moment. I say, no, stop now. And give me the tea, and I one sip of tea, I just calm down, and as you say, 1, 2, 3. You know, my dear Rick, we are all,
I had a cat, for example, I had a cat come through the window just as the workshop started, and the cat comes in and it wants its food right off the bat, and I know if I don't give it its food right away, then it's going to be irritating me, scratching at me, and kind of at me for the next. So I had to rush off. I turn my microphone off. I rush off. I grab the bag of food. I give the cat some food. I throw the bag back in the cupboard. I rush back and all right, and just carry on the conversation, because that's part of the job function to take care of stuff in the background, you know.
Yeah, this has happened.
I had
with
a
all
cat
of us.
trolling me.
Really, you know, my dear Rick, that you know, still we have this, you know, we have this love from inside that stop, I have to be here. This is the most important thing, like that, you know.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what I explained to the cat. I'm really busy right now. I can't attend to you. And
yes, yeah. You know, my dear Rick, all humanity, all of us are somehow injured in some level, sometimes deep. And as the injury was there, the light, as our famous poet Rumi said, when there is an injury, the light come from that injury. Very, very, in a way, well, I will not say fast, but it comes. And the deep the injury, the light. But this is the time when we come up from this, nobody have to have been injured anyway. Don't be injured, my dear. This is the way love works. If we understand each other, as Rick says, as Jaco said, Stefania said, that if we communicate with each other, we can see each other in each other's eyes. This is the detector. We became the detector of love, We can see the love in other souls. So this is what, thank you, my dear Rick. This is really, really, thank you. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute.
Yeah, because
may I say something?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
May I?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Welcome.
Okay. Because we love, we serve others. And serving, as Rick said, is not be a slave. We serve with love and joy and happiness. All this makes us serotonin hormones and make us more healthier. We get health and we get plenty. If we serve other one, we serve ourselves, because other one is our reflection. As you say, we are all Salobia. I am all of you, and you are all of me. So we are one. One electron is one universe and one unicos, as an example. And now I would like to ask you, and maybe we can ask Mr. Keshe, if what he knows about a new element, thorium, which is similar to uranium and plutonium, and will give energy in the future. I participate to some workshops with Greg Braden and other philosophers and scientists. And I know that Chinese people use it a lot of, I don't know, dispositives with this element, thorium. And I would like to know more about it, if it's possible. Maybe tomorrow, a day after tomorrow, we can ask Mr. Keshe if he knows, or somebody else. I'm very interested in it. Thank you.
Why don't you bring it into the Keshe Plasma Reactor group, and we can work on it and maybe formulate a question for Mr. Keshe.
Okay, thank you.
Or let him know. But to just spring it on, it might not work so well. But he may have information on that.
Thank you.
It's not really appropriate here to get into a discussion about that, and we're on a different topic right now. So, okay, thank you.
Can you hear me, or because I moved the place, maybe the reception is worse?
Seems better, actually. It's clear right now. So go ahead.
Yeah. Because relating to what we said just now before, before when you were talking, because listen also when you were talking, we cannot underestimate the work of others. So the reason why we're here is because Rick, it's always available to do the host, and the same for the Thursday. So there is a lot of work that goes into to be able to achieve what we want to achieve. And the same, so for example, if we wish peace, world peace, is something quite include the whole world is quite a big thing, no? World peace. So what we want is the same amount we have to give. So I really, I speak for my reflection I'm having in this moment. But definitely we need to be aware of not take people for granted or things for granted. Maybe we've been waiting, maybe our soul waiting for millions of years for this moment to bring the change. Obviously, the change has to go in within first. So you cannot change other unless you cannot, it doesn't, it's the law of the universe. You cannot, as I said before, you cannot help others if you don't know how to help yourself. And because again, we cannot steal even from ourselves. So there is a time now, and like we hear many times, the time is now. We can see there is a time of change. The present system falling apart, as we can see. We cannot rely on the government any longer. We cannot rely on the health system any longer. We cannot rely on. So people are forced to take responsibility, be in charge, start to create this new world, new way of living. The time is now. We should not take it for granted. And it's not forever, because again, looking back, just even simply the story of the Keshe Foundation, you can see Mr. Keshe give the USB stick to the government. They didn't do anything for 3 years. Then he passed to the scientists and doctors. And then waiting for something drastic to change. Then he went to the public. Then he went to the knowledge seeker. And now even the knowledge seeker, we didn't do much in this. We did a lot, but there are always few people that are doing a lot. And there is not this share of, otherwise we will not have people overworking. So there is not this share of works enough to make this big change. So my point was also to not take for granted, because where we are now, because our soul maybe waited a long time, and maybe Mr. Keshe will not be here forever. We're not gonna be here forever. It's natural. There is gonna be another cycle. So like Jaco said, in the past, people had opportunity, they didn't grab it. So just really, I would invite everyone to really work on their own self and really work against this lazy mind. Or I talk about me because I definitely have lazy mind, but work against it and really make some change together. No, so again, you don't need to think like you want to change the world. It's enough if you do good, be good, think good. Already that is, it's quite a lot of stuff to try to achieve. And also by doing good every day, it will have a ripple effect. So each one of us has different skill, different possibility, different things they can do. If the goal is to world peace, but not just expect to found it just by doing nothing. No, I don't believe just making wishes it will do the job. So it has to be a doing, thinking. This is where I work at the moment. So, but so don't take for granted that we're gonna be here forever, and the time is now. So, yeah. So I just wanted to say this.
Thank you, my dear Stefania. Yes, of course. Every cycle is there. Cycles will change, and nothing will be forever, here. So the time is now, of course. We have to come up from this laziness we have been through. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salute. My dear Rick, can we go to the next slide? Here is the call to all knowledge seekers, my dear beautiful souls. Let's together create the peace dome all over the world. Use the plasma water from your cups of life 1 and 2 to make the plasmatic spraying. And it is on this beauty is on every Sunday. You can do it all the time, you know. But here is the time to be in, you know, like present Sunday at 12 p.m. CET time. Now, because it is CET time and 6 p.m. CET time, my dear beautiful souls, join, be in this spraying. We all have experienced this, and the dome of peace is here. So spray, and of course, spray with your soul. Spread your soul. As Jaco said, this is the communication time. Communicate with each other. Don't say that I can't do that. Anybody can do that. So this is so simple as that. Thank you, my dear beautiful souls. Salam, namaste, salute. Can we go to the next slide, my dear Rick? Here, I will read this. The Dome of Peace. Please remember, every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet, Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the Gans waters around the world at 12 p.m. CET or 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating, beautiful souls, in this greatest movement by the soul of man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the dome of peace with the power of our soul. We ask you to spread the Gans water each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's souls. Beautiful. Try to elevate the soul of humanity through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. So beautiful. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water of Gans, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then, instead of doing it once a week, do it all the time. MT Keshe. Thank you. Thank you so much. So beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Can we, salam, namaste, salute. Can we go to the next slide, Majarik? We have talked about soul, and we will be talking more about the manifestation of soul and how the soul works in a way more understandable. So we can skip the Mojan for now, as the time of wrapping up is going on, and we can skip the Mojan and we can go to the next slide. Here, bring the needs and wishes from your community to this Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. If anybody has to share anything, welcome, my beautiful souls. Welcome.
I don't see any hands coming up here and from our attendees in the Zoom.
The moment of silence.
And I don't see any questions in their chats.
Oh, the moment. Yeah. Long moment.
Rick,
I see Dean. I see Dean has an open microphone.
I've got an open, so obviously there's no problems that we have outside of our own communities and within our communities. Everything is balanced and beautiful in these very moments. So we've achieved this peace within. And so if there's no questions and no one's bringing anything forward, then we we can move on. We're in this balanced condition of a beautiful, loving, creative, inspiring moment in this very moment. And everything is peaceful and wonderful.
Yes, my dear Dean.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. When you say that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should come up with something here. What can I think of that's really disturbing? Oh, let's talk about war. No, because even the thought of that basically contaminates the beautiful space that we've already opened up here. So why would we invite war into that conversation when we've already found a place of peace and beauty, basically, or at least of pondering our voidness and or our soul, or however you like to put it forward. Some of those other considerations as humans tend to fall by the wayside, and we just hang out and be present. And that force of just being present takes all of our time, attention, and energy, and that's doesn't leave much for all the other human considerations and issues we have as humans, and so on. So that's kind of one of the secrets. If you can exist in that soul level, then you're not bothered by the human conditions, even the conditions of temperature and the outside conditions and so on.
I think, Rick, sorry, it's okay to speak?
Surely.
Yes.
I think that we've all listened to the teachings and understand the ethos of the foundation, and there are many institutions and creative peoples and beautiful interactions in the communities, in and around every environment, every place, position in time on the planet and beyond. And so when we actually stop to contemplate and have that condition where we're just thinking about, or we're just still with ourselves, and we are just giving an energy, a thought and intention out that is to help a situation, to give energy, because everything that we do within our structure as a human being, as a soul, is an energy transfer. And so when we stabilize and become a little bit still, we find a position that makes us feel comfortable, wherever that is for you. It can be anywhere. Some people find it in the middle of a football stadium. Some people find it in the middle of a forest. Some people find it in the middle of a city. And so for them, for whatever it is for you, in that particular moment, if you can be still and whilst everything else around you is revolving and interacting, if you can find that moment of stillness within inside yourself and connect to give, then others will receive that energy transfer. And that position, as we saw earlier on with the 3 units in Linz, is a position that is taking place on this planet, where this technology has been brought forward. However, the technology is within inside each and every one of us. We have that. We speak about the Ganses, we speak about the Linz exhibition, we speak about knowledge seekers, we speak about world leaders, we speak about religious leaders. It's all the same thing. It's all us. It's all aspects of ourselves. And this deep connection we have, and these moments that we have where we come together and in the conditions of that we face on the planet in these very moments, that are trying or in a position to create a condition that is hard for some, is in the very moment that you find that stillness wherever you are, you in that instant, in that very moment, can change the position of the environment directly within inside yourself and around yourself. And that, through the knowledge that we've gained through the foundation and the teachings of the Universal Council, the Earth Council, and all the members of the core team and everybody else, all the knowledge seekers, makes us understand that we have the ability within inside ourselves to create this change in this exact moment, because we are the creation. We have the creation right within our grasp in an instant. Each and every single one of you does. You can make an instant decision in this very moment to go feed the cat, or to whatever it is, pacify or give some energy in the right direction that is in the right intention. And we all have that choice in this very moment. And each and every single moment is very precious. It is the gift, and you all receive it in each and every moment. So one planet, one nation, one race, for justice and world peace. And like the guy on the football pitch, it's that very moment. It's that moment now.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Go on, Stefania.
Yeah, no, for example, regarding to this, finding peace, for example, it's easy to find peace if I'm listening a nice Tibetan bell and some incense and meditate. That is easy to find peace. But can you find the peace in the war? So, for example, like Rick said, talk about war, it kind of doesn't fit to this platform what I'm doing now, because we're creating peace. But that one, in the middle of the war, can you find peace? In the middle of a fighting, because it's that is also a skill to create peace as you are having pain. Can you find peace? That is the skill as well, to recreate this peace inside us, even in a difficult situation. Because when things are going well, it's always nice, very easy to be nice. But when things going bad, or when things are difficult, or when things are with many problems, can you find peace in that moment? Because that is a skill. That is creating peace inside you, around you, and everywhere. Has to be done in every single situation. Because what I found, always I refer to my experience that when things go nice, everyone is nice. Oh, this is nice, and then one thing goes wrong, and people flip very easily. From being nice, they become nasty. So that is the skill. The skill is to create peace in any condition, not just that's what I meant to don't be lazy, because this word, I talk about, again, me, because we're in Europe, is where I grew up, but definitely in Europe, there is this concept of be always comfortable, make everything nice. I want to do the things I like this, I like that. I'm not happy with that. We all have a lot of choices, but the moment someone puts you in a condition that it's not what you like, can you find peace there? We find very easily, we complain very easily when things don't go in our own way. But I think the skill, what we're trying to achieve here, when we say the word peace, is also to be able to keep that peace in any condition, even when you don't receive what you want to receive or what you should receive. So is that I wanted to say, to not be too lazy, in the sense that if we learn to how you said, take deeper, whatever you want to take deeper, there are lots of levels to be passed. And obviously, if you're lazy, you're not going to pass them. And everything starts within, so, and then naturally things comes, and we can see, naturally we can see things changing, Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Okay. If you make me remember this while you were talking, I want to share this.
Yeah, no, I think what you just said there is very important, Stefania. That finding peace in a moment, in an extreme moment when something diverse is happening in your life, in your physicality, or on a whatever level it is, that you can find that stillness. And I do remember hearing that of many situations in when people have been in certain conditions of a war, where they've been compassionate and they've suddenly realized the sanctity and beauty of their own soul and their own physicality, and then suddenly everything changes for them in that instant, and all the armory and all the fields and interactions that are happening all around you, all the explosions and whatever it is. And those explosions can be when you're in the middle of a forest on your own, and it can be anything. It can be when you're out with your friends and family. It can be when you are literally with yourself. It can be in any situation you find yourself. There can still be, for many people, a field strength. For some, as we know, that exists as for another being, it would be a horrendous, horrible thing. But for this particular person, it's a beauty, and it's something that they hold on to with all their strength. However, for them, the other flip side is that they might find something horrible in the moment that deeply affects them. And so when they find that peace in that very instant, that very moment, then and become compassionate and come into a position where they want to give and share energy, and get that deep connection back with everything that is apparent with inside and outside of themselves, a field strength that is everything in the moment. And you start to achieve, from that exact moment that you make the decision, you create an interaction, a core that opens up and then starts feeding into the very essence of everything, from a living cell to a universe. And that choice you have in every single moment. So it's never too late. It's never too early. It's now. And so in this precise moment, you can, whatever's going on around you, you can become that stillness, and you can give and recreate. And then all around you will change instantly. And then when we join all those instances up together, and all the dots together, and all the souls together, then we have this abundant peace throughout the planet that then allows us to join the universal community, which is the process that has started, and we're all part of it in this moment. Thank you, Stefania.
Thank you, my dear Dean. Thank you, Stefania. And yes, of course, we all appreciate each other's the silence. And, we know the heart is full of love, and we are walking together. This is the beauty, and so much is coming. So I appreciate much love to all of you. And now we can go to the next slide, my dear Rick. Here, the key of all, that is, we are here to serve, not to be served, the Universal Council. Thank you so much. And I will say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Suswagatam, my dear beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy, beauty and totality of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute. This is Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language, and salam, namaste, salute. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Sweta, and thank you all members of the Universal Council and others today. Very interesting show, and I appreciate it very much. And we are here to serve, not to be served. So that ends today's show, and this is the 248th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. So we have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up in the next public teaching workshop, and that starts at 7 a.m. Central European Time on Wednesday, November 16th. And people are welcome to bring their technical questions or philosophical questions or any questions, comments, or otherwise. And we try to address things in the manner of the plasma technology language and find a way to incorporate that into our lives. And we look forward to people's replications and experiments as well in that class. Okay, I guess, there's TV Galactica, I believe, with Marie, if it's going on as per usual, which I think is at 9 p.m. Central European Time, and can be accessed through the TV Galactica YouTube channel and TV Galactica Facebook groups. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear beautiful soul. What about some dance?
And of course, we will go out with the Flight Enhancement Spaceship Unit music version. And that'll help keep Shweta happy and others as we dance our way into the day or night, depending where you are on the planet. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.